Ken from Alliance Manufacturing. I'm here today at the Fond du Lac High School where they've asked some of the business leaders in the community to come forth and sit on do a presentation and or panel discussion with some of the students. So I'm volunteering my time. It's a great thing to do to help the kids learn. So we're here today and we're going to spend some time with the kids going over several different topics regarding business related things such as social activities, things related to competition, just business environment, tariffs, and all these kinds of good things. So I'm here today at the Fond du Lac High School with Kim Bratz, instructor here, and she runs a course on the introduction to business. So we're going to be engaging in a business panel discussion, and if you want to just tell us a little bit about the class and what we're looking to do, that'd be great.
Sure. So the class is called Intro to Business. It's actually a dual credit class with Marine Park Technical College. The students are taking the class here, but it's the exact same curriculum that they would experience if they were taking the class at Marine Park. So today I've invited a number of executives from the community to come in to talk about how the external business environment affects their businesses.
I'm Ken Manninen. I work for a company here in Fond du Lac called Alliance Manufacturing. We build industrial systems for cleaning components, so it's all kinds of different things. So these are machines that are engineered to order. We employ about 50 people here in Fond du Lac. We started the business in 1994. I'm one of the original founding members of the company. And so when you think about things that are made, a lot of times people don't think in terms of having to clean these things. So the guys mentioned Mercury Marine. Mercury Marine is a customer of ours. We have probably 50, well, I would say probably more like 30 machines in Mercury roughly that clean all kinds of different engine components and so on and so forth. So we not only clean in those areas, but we also, as an example, how many of you are familiar with a thing called a smartphone? Does anybody have a smartphone? So we actually clean components for companies that make, so for like the Google phones, the iPhone, we've done stuff for that. So all these things that in their manufacturing processes need to be cleaned.
A recession is when we have multiple quarters of an economic downcline. And so tell us, whoever's interested in answering this, what is the impact of recession type environments or just a slowdown in your business? How does that affect your business? What steps do you have to take to kind of make adjustments during those times?
During recessionary times, it's very challenging because you're running a business, and just like your family's at home, your parents, they have jobs, they want to keep their jobs and need to bring income in. So over the years, I've been with Alliance for 32 years, so I've seen several, I'll call recessions. There was one that we called the Great Recession. So that was where large companies like General Motors, filed bankruptcy. And so like if you're a business like ours, depending upon that business, it can be very difficult. So you have all these employees that you have to try to keep working. So you take strategy, you develop strategy to work within your management team, you talk to the people within the organization to figure out how can we best survive through these things, because it can be very challenging.
How did COVID-19 affect your company? Changes in staffing, sales, your overall business model, etc.
When COVID hit, it was probably one of the most unusual times I've experienced in the last 30 years, and it was just an odd thing. So when the state announced that that basically that businesses were closing, it's like I'm like, well, I'm going to work, because what am I going to do? We have a company to run, we have business to conduct. So at first it was a very uncertain, because we weren't sure if we really should be even conducting business or not, but we had to keep things moving. We had customers' orders that we needed to fulfill. And then eventually, slowly but surely, we were building a machine for Oshkosh Truck at the time. That's national defense, so it was considered national security. We were building a machine for a company called Lockheed Martin, who they're very big in defense and other things. So we eventually, the letters trickled in to say that our business was essential and that we couldn't close or shouldn't, because the world needed us to be in business. So we thought, okay, we want to keep people working. What can we do? So we developed this sanitizing machine for shopping carts. It's called FlexSafe. And so we developed this thing. We got some patents out of it. Never sold any, but it's a business decision that you make. It's like, you're thinking, this is going to be a positive thing for people in the world to be able to, and it's an automatic machine. You'd shove 30 shopping carts in there, it would sanitize them, and they're ready to go. And so the concept was great. But those are some of the things that happen in business. You make a decision to do something, you invest dollars and money into it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't develop or turn into anything. But that's some of the risk that you take. And so that was coming out of COVID. And so I'm happy we did it. I don't have any regrets. We didn't make any money at it, but it kept people working, and it was just a very positive thing to do at the time. One other thing I think is really important, like for me, so every quarter I get the whole company together and talk about, like, educate people on what's happening in the business. Because if you're a guy on the floor and you're welding, you're not necessarily understanding like what's happening at the higher end of things. So I bring people in, everybody as a group, and we do every month we have meals brought in, but I do what I call a SWEET talk. So SWEET stands for, it's SUITE, sustainable, unique, innovative, timely, economical. And so I do my SWEET talks, and I just really tell everybody like what's going on, who are customers, what's the potential, what's going on, what's coming down the pipeline, what's on the horizon, so people can have a visibility and understand what's going on just outside their little aspect of their job. So I want to send a special thank you to Kim Bratz, instructor at Fond du Lac High, for inviting me to sit on the business panel. It was a lot of fun. If you get an opportunity to do something like this in your community, I think you should take advantage of it.